Hey, good morning everybody. Video 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so we're about a day away from tip-off. I saw that the Lakers were practicing here in Los Angeles, and I think that's great that they're getting in practice time for themselves ahead of this series. But I really do think the organization should have made sure that the team was already in Denver. As I've said many times on this camera, both this year and last year, if you're going to adjust to altitude, you need to do that right away. You need to do that right away. As soon as they left New Orleans, the first thing they should have been doing as a unit is getting into altitude. Going to Denver, getting settled in the hotel, and just spending days up there. Jog up there, eat up there, sleep up there, and practice up there, so that your body can get more accustomed to the altitude. I understand the comfort of wanting to be at home. People have things they have to settle, come back and do certain things. But when it comes to altitude, physically, you want to get there fast. You want to get there right away, because the team that you're going against, their bodies are used to the altitude at all times. Their core. They've been playing in Denver for 5 or 6 years, bro. You need to get accustomed to altitude as much as possible, so there's little to no adjustment for yourself when it's time to play. I just don't think that we're thinking correctly when it comes to that. And I think with the importance of game one being as it is, I think we might have put ourselves in a bad position just by not thinking that way. Just by not putting ourselves in a position to be already in Denver 4 and 5 days ahead of time. I really believe that. I said it last year, and I say it this year. You should already be in Denver. That practice should have been done in a Denver place. So I don't know, man. I don't think people get it. I don't think they really get it. Not like they need to get it. I was listening to a few podcasts this morning. I listened to several, probably about 3 of them, breaking down this series. And, you know, it is a tough matchup, obviously, for the Lakers, to say the least. I don't think that, as much as my ego would love to say, yo, people are overrating Jokic, this, that, and I really don't think they are. I don't think they're overrating Jokic at all. And the thing that comes to mind for me is just listening to someone talk about Michael Porter Jr. and his strengths and his weaknesses defensively. I would love to see us find a way to isolate Austin Reeves on Michael Porter and have Austin dance on Michael Porter a little bit, because from what I understand, Michael Porter's not the greatest player in guarding those circumstances based on his back issues, which are severely chronic. He's healthy right now, but he's been wearing a back brace for years. I don't know if he was able to take that off this season or not, but I know he was complaining about it after last season. That's something that needs to be exploited if at all possible. If he has back issues, or if his back issues are going to affect his mobility, then you want to put him in positions to have to be danced on as much as possible, so that you could try to affect that to the best possible ability of your team. So that's really what I'm going to say. If we can try to hunt Michael Porter out, get him isolated on Austin Reeves, and have Austin Reeves dance on him a little bit, it might be able to affect his mobility some. So that's something to pay attention to if you're a Laker fan, and that's something to try to get away from if you're a Denver Nugget fan. Also, I want to continue to reiterate the need to draw fouls against Gordon. You want to get Gordon off the floor. He poses a lot of problems for the Lakers. We already have enough of those. The games that he gets in foul trouble, to where we can isolate Peyton Watson out there to try to play his role as a young player who doesn't have the experience, you want to see yourself in a position to have Peyton Watson out there trying his best not to draw fouls and make mistakes, trying his best to control the ball and turn it over. You want to exploit any and all opportunities with that young player. He's going to get his block shots. He's probably going to rebound the ball. He's going to catch lobs. But you don't have as much of a problem with him as you probably have with Aaron Gordon. So you want to get Aaron Gordon off the floor, if at all possible, in foul trouble early. And then he gets back on the floor, you start hunting for more fouls. Flop off of him, whatever you have to do. You want to exploit Peyton Watson. That's what's been coming to mind. 2 things I want the Lakers to do. When Peyton Watson gets on the floor, you make Mike Malone regret doing so. Another thing that comes to mind, this has already been said, But I'll say it again. Do not double Jokic. I understand that there are ways to double Jokic to kind of throw some variations at him that confuse him. Maybe, do little puzzle type things to try to make it so that it's confusing. Once he makes passes, you got a guy jamming back to the person he's passing to, or doubling off of the third pass spot, or whatever the hell they want to do. The problem with doing that type of stuff against Jokic, throwing little puzzles at him, is that he's going to figure those puzzles out rather quickly. It's just how his brain works, in my opinion. If you throw some little weird zone at him, all he needs to do is run a few times against that, and he's going to have it figured out. The best thing to do, in my humble opinion, and I am not a basketball expert, but I am someone who understands passers, is to turn him into a scorer. Full time, all series long. You want him averaging 50 points a game. You want him doing all that. You want him feeling so comfortable scoring in the paint and so uncomfortable passing to all of his rhythm guys. That is what your intentions are. It's a plus for me if he's attempting shots, whether they go in or not. I will live with him being a scorer. But the moment I start getting cute and try to prevent him from scoring by doubling him, that's when I know he can get into what he does, what the Lord put him in this world to do, which is pass to others. If he's killing you in the paint, scoring the ball, that's not a minus. That's not a minus. We gotta condition ourselves to understand. In normal circumstances, you want to prevent a guy from scoring. In these circumstances, you could care less if he scores or not, so long as he's attempting shots. Your defense should want Jokic attempting shots. I don't give a damn if he goes 27 for 27 and gets 70 points. As long as he's not able to do what it is that he was put on this earth to do, which is get other people involved. That is where rhythm comes from for a guy like this, man. I know this. I know this because if I were a basketball player, that would be my mentality. Rhythmic passing, ball movement. That is what I would bring to the table. It's how I think the game. So I know when it comes to guys like that, whether they're gifted at scoring or not, they don't do that. That's not what they do. What they do is get people involved. And if they have to score, they will do so as a secondary thing. He wants to pass first, and if you let him get passes off, that's when he gets in his bag. That's when it starts being something that he can do in a meditative state. Just like Kyrie said, he gets into a meditative state. For guys like Jokic, passing the rock is how he truly gets in his comfort zone. You don't want him in his comfort zone. He had to teach himself how to score. I remember this early in his career. You would have to remind Jokic to score. He would pass up good opportunities to score, to pass the rock, even in situations where it didn't benefit him. He worked his way through that and now has officially learned how not to do that. But he still, to default to his very most comfortable space, is intentional on passing the ball to them damn shooters. KCP, Porter, Murray. Make him score. Make him score, bro. I don't care if he scores repeatedly and it becomes frustrating. That's what I want him to do. Because he can't score enough. If he's not getting his other guys involved, his scoring isn't going to give him enough points to defeat us if we're offensive. And if we're scoring the way we're capable of scoring, dropping 130, 140 points on him. If he goes for 70, his team is not going to be able to do enough. And those guys are used to getting in rhythm off of his passes. So if he's not able to do what he does, they don't get in the rhythm they need to get into in the series. Never mind about that one game. They don't get in their rhythm if you put him in positions to score. I would let him score to keep him from letting them get in rhythm. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Him getting layups, scoring over AD, scoring over Jokic, shooting his threes, hitting them or missing them, I don't give a damn. I don't care if he scores 100 points. Those 100 points are going to come at the detriment of what he does naturally, which is get other people involved. And that's what he and his team most benefit from. Not him scoring 100, but him getting 15 to 25 assists. That is what he wants to do. So people, the condition of the mind is to get frustrated when he scores. Oh, he's killing us in the paint. Oh, Jokic is killing us in the paint. I don't give a damn. Because if he's shooting, others aren't. And if others aren't, they are not beating the Denver Nuggets. That is absolutely key, man. And look, that's not a perfect science because unfortunately, Murray is a great passer himself. So if he sees that you are allowing his guy to score a bunch, he will facilitate to everybody else. So that's something that we need to take advantage of as well. You want to force them to put the ball in Jokic's hands, and you want to force Jokic into being a scorer. If you let Murray run the ball up, it's null and void because he's going to get his own shot off the dribble. He's going to get other people involved, and he don't even need Jokic to be down there necessarily to have 15, 12 assists himself. He can do that for the team, which is what makes them deadly. I would want him not to walk the ball up or run the ball up. Force the ball toward Jokic and then allow Jokic to shoot the ball. The more attempts Jokic is shooting, the better it is for my defensive principle. Because I don't care if he scores. I just want to make sure he's not passing. That's it, bro. I'm telling you. That's the best chance you got. It's the best chance you got. Because otherwise, if you let him get his 12 assists, you let Murray get 12 assists, that's 24 rhythmic passes going to everybody on the team, and Jokic's still going to walk away with 30 points. Trust me. Because he's going to score off of the spacing created by everybody else getting in rhythm around him. That's when things get really easy for him. He creates off of that. Not happening. You're going to get yours because I'm going to let you have layups. And if you close out every possession, 25 for 25, if you hit every shot you take, I understand that you didn't get others involved. I understand that if you walk away with only 5 assists, I practically can win the basketball game I'm in, because at the end of the day, you're not getting those guys going. And if Murray's not getting them going and you're not getting them going, they're not going. Porter's reliant upon people getting him the ball. Gordon's relying upon people getting him the ball. KCP's relying upon people getting him the ball. Make sure that they're scoring so that they're not getting them the ball. The idea that I have to double Jokic is nonsense. It's nonsense. I will never double Jokic. Not even if I have the perfect way to close out on him and then close back off somebody else and get back to the shooters real quick because I did some type of weird configuration. 3 times. You run it 3 times, he's going to master it. 3 times. It's just the type of genius this is, man. And that's why I'm telling y'all, don't come up with no beautiful schemes to try to double him from some perfect angle. That crap will not work for very long. Giving him something to figure out, he gonna figure it out. That's the reality of this guy. He's one of those type of people that I believe can do a Rubik's Cube immediately. You give him a Rubik's Cube and it's done. He's one of those. So don't throw no puzzle at him. You ain't throwing a puzzle at this dude at all. You have a certain idea about how you want to approach. You let him score, so he's not passing the rock to nobody. And if he's the only one scoring, the Denver Nuggets are probably not going to score more than 108 points. You can outscore them, you win the game. If he's doing all the scoring, they're going to score 108 points. And that's not enough to beat you. That's not enough to beat you, LA. I don't give a damn how efficient he's shooting. I don't give a damn if all of his shots come from behind the arc. I don't care if he's laying the ball up over people that he can score on repeatedly. I'm not deterred from that. That's a win for me. That's a win for me. The key is to keep him under 8 assists. And this is somebody that doesn't get under 12 assists. You understand what I'm saying? That's key. That's key. Keep him under 8 assists. If for some reason he walks away with 57 points, 8 assists, I believe I can score more than his team will be capable of in that situation. And that's all it's about. It's literally all it's about, man. So that's what I want to condition people to understand. I don't care if he scores. In fact, I'm letting him score. Go, score, shoot, layup, dunk. I don't give a damn, bro. Lay the ball up. I don't care. You can close out every possession with Jokic scoring. He can do that. That's fine. I'm going to go on the other end. I'm scoring too. And I'm looking to draw fouls against him to get him off the floor. And I'm looking to draw fouls against some 2 big guys next to him as well to get them off the floor to help me with rebounding. I don't care if he scores. What I don't want him to do is get other people involved. I can't let that happen, bro. That's hell for us. That's hell for us, not him scoring. I cannot stress this enough. And you treat all passers that way. You turn them into scorers and you live with the results. Especially a big dude that you have trouble guarding any damn way. I don't mind that he scores because I know I can't really stop him from scoring anyway. I'm practically playing off of him and hugging and pressing against the guys that he wants to get the ball to. That's what I'm doing. I'm hugging KCP. I'm hugging Gordon. I'm hugging Porter. All them dudes got to stay with somebody on them at all times. I'm pressing them tight. And if he can get passes to them with that type of defense on those guys, cool. I'm playing off of him. Let him shoot. Let him shoot. He gets in the paint. He puts his back to the basket, jump hook. We can't stop that any damn way. I'm not even asking AD to play hard defense against him. Just don't foul him. Because we need you on the floor. You see what I'm saying? Don't foul him. If he lays the ball up, I don't care. That's my strategy. That is my strategy. Hell, play off of him. Hug the stanchion when he lays the ball up. Let him lay the ball up 100 times in a row. I don't give a damn. As long as he's not getting other people involved, that's the best strategy I have to keep them as a team from scoring as much as they need to defeat the number 3 offense in the league, which is what we are right now, if I'm not mistaken. Because I know his scorers are going to shoot. I know he's going to get them the ball in rhythm, and that's all catch and shoot players really need. They're not missing. They're not missing because he's that accurate of a passer. They're not missing. You see what I'm saying? That's how they teamwork. Off of him. So stop him. Don't let Murray run the ball up because he can assist too, and that's a problem. Cut their team assist down. Cut their team assist down. I want everybody who has the ball in their hands to be shooters, scorers off of their own merit. If it's Jokic, let him score off his own merit. But don't let ball movement be what kills you, because that's exactly what Denver does. It's ball movement, ball movement, ball movement. Starting with the head of the snake, Jokic. He's the centerpiece of what is going on there. Everything revolves around him, getting the ball to other people, and then from there scoring off of that space. You do not at all let him get off that way. Let him score. Video 44. I thank y'all for watching.